Welcome to Chuck Builds. I'm doing a quick video on how to set up StreamMaster, the Docker container. I want to preface this with I've had this working great for the last few weeks, and I just made a mistake where I'm going to have to start from scratch, and I figured I'd take the opportunity to document my steps. I'm doing so primarily because this app is great and their wiki, they've been asking for some help. I'm not really sure I'm the right one to write documentation, but I can try and record the process and get some new folks involved and hopefully get some volunteers to add to the wiki as well. This product, StreamMaster, is developed by a guy named Sinex Crenshaw, who is formerly keeping the Docker container XTV alive. And I'm really pleased with the changes and the additional functionality with StreamMaster. If you need help, their Discord is great, and you'll see me in there asking questions as well. But this is a great place to start if you have any issues. But I'll be doing this on Unraid through the App Store. I'll be using a website called Zap2It for my local guide. And then I'll be getting my M3U or my channels or the actual data, the stream of the video from my HD HomeRun, which is inside of my house connected to an antenna in my attic, and it gets over-the-air television in my area. I'm prefacing with all this that it can be a bit of a slippery slope ethically with restreaming video, and I'm trying to choose stuff here that is safe and repeatable, but I'm not going to be going into any details on other video sources. So we're sticking to free, legal, over-the-air public television that you don't have to pay for access to. Get that out of the way, let's get started. So inside of Unraid in the App Store, I searched for StreamMaster, and I'm going to click on Actions and then Install. And I'm going to make sure that my repository here is the channels repository, just like that. I'm going to ignore the rest, and I'm going to click Apply. And it should start up in our Docker section. And I'm also going to start Zap2XML. This is a Docker container that will scrape Zap2It and save these in a file that we can use later. I'm not really going to set that up. You just go add that on your own. We'll check the logs for StreamMaster, and we can see that it is getting started, starting everything up, and we're going to get an error. And I don't know if this is because of the channels branch or if it's just StreamMaster on Unraid, but we have an error that it's failed to create the directory because access is denied. So using the plugin called Dynamics File Manager, so we'll come up to the top here for shares. We'll go to App Data, and then I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to select StreamMaster, and then I'm going to click Permissions. And I'm going to change group from read-only to read-write and other to read-only, read-write. Once we've done that, we can go back to the Docker tab and we can start StreamMaster, and it should start up. I'm going to click on here and click Go to Web UI. And this is what you'll see if you're on the channels update or the channels version branch of this StreamMaster. If it doesn't look like this, double check that you're in channels. So once you get into StreamMaster, you've got two panels. On the left, you have channels. And this is where you're going to be sorting the channels to like a guide like you'd expect to see on cable television, and that's using something called an EPG, Electronic Program Guide, typically an XML file. On the right side we have streams, and these are your M3U files. This is like a video stream, and this is where we're adding HD HomeRun. You also have something called a stream group, and this is a way to categorize your streams. You have other ways to group, but the stream group is a good way if you need to separate the output of your streams. And I like to use these just to make it easy to kind of sort through and filter and change things as I keep my channels up to date and as I get it sorted. So I'm going to go ahead and create one here. I'll call it HD HomeRun. And then for the sake of demonstration, I'll make one called Sports as well. To add our video files, we'll come up to the green M3U button. We'll press the green plus button, and I'm going to paste the local IP address for my HD HomeRun followed by /lineup.m3u. Call it HD HomeRun. Max streams is 2 because it's a duo. And then you used to be able just to leave this URL alone, but now you need to click it and then click URL so that you get a 0 here. And then we'll click the green check button. This 0 thing will probably go away in a future version. I think it's a bug based on Discord. But click OK, and the channels pop up like that on the right. Now I'm going to grab one of these channels and I'm just going to move it over to the left side of the screen so we can see it. When I add a channel to the channels, it's going to show up in order. But when I have the stream group selected for HD Home Run, it's going to be putting it into that group. And we can verify that with this I button that it is in the HD Home Run stream group. If you want to see them all, you can just go to all. And if you are within your folder and you want to see other ones that aren't in HD Home Run, you can click through here to see all in this group or not in this group. So once you have this, we have a channel number of 0, we have the name of the channel, KDFWDT, and then EPG is dummy. The dummy is a way to kind of write it or have it dynamically update. If you press this gear button, it sets it as a dummy and it will just grab the name of the channel. This is helpful if the channel changes names frequently to let you know what's currently playing. But for this, we're going to be adding an EPG. So I'm going to come up here to the green EPG button and we'll click on that, and then the green plus button. And I'm going to choose upload for local file. And I have this file ready to go from Zap2XML. So I'll click OK, let that upload, and it'll auto-populate the name, and it'll give it a random number, and it'll auto-update every 72 hours. So click OK on that. And then with that, we can come over to our channel and choose the EPG dropdown where it says dummy. And we don't need the placeholder because we actually have this channel. And I'm just going to type KDFW. And this is DT, so 4.1. We can give this a channel number like that as well. And with our one channel selected, I'm going to go ahead and put it into Jellyfin. So I'm going to come to the yellow SG button for stream group. And I could do just the HD Home Run group that we made, but I'm going to come up to the all, and I'm going to grab the M3U link. I'm just going to click copy link, and I'm going to come over to Jellyfin and go to tuner devices underneath live TV, tuner devices, click add M3U, and paste the link. Click save. For the TV data provider, we're going to go back to StreamMaster. We'll click on the yellow stream group button. And then I'm going to right click the EPG link and copy that. Compress plus for add XML TV. And I'm going to paste the link to it right there. And you need to make sure you have the correct tuner selected. So if you use multiple stream groups, you need to keep it separated. But with only one, I'm going to use enable for all tuner devices. And I'll click save. Then I can click refresh guide data. And it's going to pull in that information to Jellyfin. Before we go test this in Jellyfin, I'm going to add a couple more of these. But the way that I do this, just so you see my workflow, is I will take the window and I'll pull up Zap to it on the left side so I can see what channels there are. And I'll choose a day, such as a Saturday, and a prime time to go through and pick out some of these. So I want to for sure see college football. So I'm going to look for KDFW DT, which we've got here with Fox. I'm going to look for KXAS. So I've got all my channels selected here. I have a few as the default logo. I've got one as a StreamMaster, and then a couple that I left alone. I can't remember if it auto pulls it in or not, so we'll have to see on that. But I'm going to click on all of these, and I'm going to come up to the three dots. I'm going to set their numbers. And I'm going to set their channel numbers starting at channel 1. And it goes 1 through 7 in order. We've got their EPG set, and we can check our stream group. If we refresh and then check our stream group, we can see we have 7 channels here. So I'll come back to Jellyfin. I'll click refresh and let it pull through. It should update your guide. I'm noticing that it seems like the logos didn't come through, and I'm hoping that's just a cache issue on my device. But once we come to guide, we can see the channels that we selected. And if we were to just click on one, it should pull right up. Now that's a simple way to get everything up and running. I'm far from an expert on this, but I know that there's not a lot of guidance on how to get up and running using this program. If you need more help or you run into a certain scenario, check out the StreamMaster Discord. There's lots of good people in here and lots of help. just be sure that you search first before you ask a question. It's probably already been answered. It's a great program. It's very useful. I know that using an HD home run for this isn't the most sensible thing because that could go straight into Plex, but this is a great way to pull out the channels that you don't care about and get the right guide data for the ones you do care about. Hopefully this was helpful. Maybe I'll have to redo this in the future as there's been an update, but thanks for watching.